I have the honor of introducing our next speaker, Jamie Cantrell. I met Jamie at Juice Plus Live in Dallas. It was a meeting I will never forget, and I remind her of it every chance I can. I was holding a small meeting with some leaders like Kathy Crockett, David Beavers, Mickey Carey Daigle, and Terry Luongo. They were giving me feedback on their perspective of the business, and in the middle of that meeting, sales coordinator Jamie Cantrell walks in, takes a seat, and starts participating in the meeting. At that moment, we all knew she was destined for great things. From party crasher to IMD, thank you, Jamie Cantrell, for your passion for the Juice Plus community and helping all of us to be the best that we can be. Enjoy the rest of Juice Plus Home Edition. Best wishes to all of you.
Hello, Juice Plus family. I so miss seeing you guys in person. But until we get to meet again, I want to welcome you to the Cantrell family home, where I currently make wearing sweatpants an art form. You know, today I was suffering from a little pre-game jitters. Those butterflies I used to get before I had a big soccer game. You athletes out there know exactly what I'm talking about. And so I did what I always did. I went through my pre-game ritual, a series of exercises that helped me shun the fear, get super focused, mentally sound, and ready to go. So I got my coach hat on today. Are you ready? Because today we're talking your business game plan. Because the way I see it is we really get to do two things as part of our Juice Plus job description. One, we get to sell a first-class product. And two, we get to sell a world-class opportunity. Both are equally important, and both the world needs right now. So, are you ready for your X's and O's? Are you ready to get your game day face on? Let's roll. I still remember where I was when I received the call. I was with my husband and my boys eating pizza at this quaint little Italian restaurant close by our house because I love carbs. And my older sister Lynn called in. Lynn is a nurse practitioner. She's the strong, independent one in our house. She never asks for help. She works so hard, I think her character flaw is her work ethic. And she's my superhero. I have such a deep respect for the sister who helped raise me. And so when Lynn called, which she hardly ever did, I heard her words on the end of the line. She said, "James, I need your help." So without hesitation, I drove to her house, went inside to her living room, and saw my mom sitting there in a tall wing-back chair, crying like I'd never seen before. And then I knew in that moment something was serious. Our other sister was in transit, so while we waited, Lynn and I listened to Mom say, "I'm gonna leave him." See, my mom and dad had been married 50 years, and while their marriage wasn't perfect, there were certainly amazing times to be had. I grew up a very happy kid, but hearing the way she said it, I knew she meant it, and those words had the sense of finality that pierced my soul. In that moment, I knew I'd never walk through the front door of our family home to a huge, loud Italian Christmas with grandkids running everywhere and presents spewing out the door. And I knew I'd never look up in the stands at either my games or my kids' games and see my parents sitting side by side cheering us on. And something began to hurt. Divorce is hard. It doesn't matter what age you are. But what was harder was watching as a daughter of divorce, watching what was about to happen to my mom. See, in her early 70s, my mom had to really start over again, start her life anew. She didn't work. She didn't particularly have huge job skills. And in her words, she wasn't highly marketable. She was really codependent on my dad, financially, emotionally, socially. She was really great about raising us 3 girls and her 9 grandkids, but outside of that, there wasn't much time left over. And so my mom had this process of rediscovering herself. It was hard. My sisters and I had to step in and teach her how to do a budget. We had to help her move from a 5,000 square foot house to a 700 square foot apartment. And there was a lot of self-worth that was lost in this process. So I began to look at my business in a bit of a different light than I had before. I couldn't prepare or plan for my parents' divorce, but what I was doing in building a Juice Plus business was everything that my mom needed. I was building financial insulation and security for myself. I had a team and relationships that if I needed, this community would support me in a moment's notice. I knew my business was giving me this renowned sense of rediscovery, purpose, and passion, all of the things I wished my mom had had. And I began to really understand what this business was. It was a vehicle to gift those I loved with the very things that could help make their life better. And so in that moment, my business became personal. And that's standard number one. Make your business personal. You see, we always hear, understand your why, understand why you're doing this. And for some of us, we don't know why, and that's okay. Heck, it took me several years to figure out my deeper level of why, but every step along the way, I did have a personal connection. A connection, when you create that for yourself, it means you're going to show up for your business. You have a reason to be there. You're not going to let excuses get in the way. So what do I mean about creating a personal connection? I mean, let's say you're a brand new rep or young in the business, and right now you just want to cover your cost. That's awesome. Connect to it in a way that's deeper than that. Why do you want to cover your cost? It might mean that, bringing in some extra income or negating the monthly Juice Plus cost through your earnings could just take a little stress off of your husband when he opens the credit card bill. Start telling that story. Or for those of you who really want to make that extra side cash, that $500 to $1,000 a month, because you know that it could mean options for your daughter to be in dance or your son to be in travel sports without hitting the family's bottom line, that's a personal connection. Having a personal connection means that your world around you is going to understand why you're doing what you're doing. See, the reality of it, we're all Juice Plus reps. We all sell a product and a business. People don't care what you do. They care why, the motivation, the connection behind why you do it. So wherever you are in your particular Juice Plus journey, I encourage you, standard number one, find a personal connection with where you are. Notice, I didn't say take it personal. In this business, you are going to face challenges. I want to normalize that for you right now. You are going to have people that don't call you back. You're going to have people that ghost you. You are going to have customers that cancel. You will have team members that don't do a thing. These are all the challenges of any business, not just our own. And you cannot take it personal. When you make it personal, you won't take it personal. So now I have a question for you. Write it down in your notes, circle it, make it your homework. The question I have for you is really one of, how are you positioning you in this business? There are a lot of people in our community. There are a lot of people selling something right now. But making that personal connection is a step in creating a positioning of you. People don't buy a product. They don't buy an opportunity. They buy you. So the question is, why should people join your team? This is a question I want you to spend a lot of time and generate clarity. Why should people join you? Sean is my favorite person on the planet. We've been married 17 years, dated 6 before. We met at SMU. He was a basketball and soccer player. I played soccer. So we had the athletic connection and a lot of commonalities. And what's been really fun in this business is as I've evolved into a business owner, it's been fun to share and swap business ideas and be able to compete in Sean's space. He's a business entrepreneur himself. And so we talk ideas, we help each other, and he really has become like a business mentor for me. I'd encourage that for each of you. Find a business mentor. I think the light bulb went off for Sean when our family was blessed to attend the 39 Club retreat when our team hit NMD. Thank you, Juice Plus Company, for that experience. I got to take my boys and my stepdaughter on a family vacation. Sean got to see the culture, the people, meet the ones I loved, have conversations. He caught a vision while he was at Camelback in Phoenix. I have to tell you, it's one of my most favorite family memories. But what's interesting is after the 39 Club retreat, he couldn't stop talking about the possibility and opportunity. I caught him reading some of my industry business books. I'm like, dude, that's my book. He's like, I'm just curious. Always be curious. Always be a student. So one day, Sean came out into the living room where I was sitting, and he said to me, Jamie, how's your business? And I said, it's great. The team's great. Things are moving along just fine. He said, tell me what it is that you do. And I said, well, I sell a really great plant-based product and I coach people on financial options. And he looked at me and he goes, that's terrible. I said, but that's what I do. He said, Jamie, I watch you. I see how hard you work. I see how you're passionate with your team. What is it that you're doing? And I was starting to get mad. The Italian fiery person inside of me didn't like the way I was being questioned. I said, well, what do you want to know, Sean? He's like, tell me what you do. I said, you know what? Since my mom's divorced, I want women to wake up. I want them to understand that they have a choice and a say in their life. They don't have to sit on the sidelines and just have a to-do list, that they have these gifts and talents and they need to wake them up. They need to spark them. They need to use them to serve the world. That's what I do. And he said, okay, now we're going somewhere. He said, you need to tell people that. And I said, wow, I was humbled in that moment. And of course, as if I had any other choice, he began to ask more questions. He said, tell me more about the company. And I had the basics down, but his curiosity was, tell me more about the leadership. Tell me more about the programs. Tell me more about your philanthropic efforts. And I was limited in my knowledge. He said, Jamie, tell me about your business model. How do you make money? And this is my favorite part. I said, well, you go to Partner Plus, and then you go to QSC, and then here's the money, and then you PB, and then you POB. And he looked at me and he said, whoa. I don't know what that means. Don't give me acronyms. He said, I'm a layperson. Spell it out for me. How do you earn in this marketing plan? And I sat there and I couldn't tell him. And in that moment, I had a decision to make. Was I going to still be a wantrepreneur, or was I going to step into my business, own it, and be an entrepreneur? You see, Sean, in his delicate, loving husband / business mentor way, told me, he said, Jamie, if you want to grow this in the spirit of serving others, you have to understand what it is you do. You have to be able to position your company. You have to be able to position the industry and the business model so that you can begin to distinguish yourself from everything else out there. That's your responsibility. And I remember hearing these voices saying, I don't know the numbers. I don't understand what it means, but I'd push it aside and keep working. And in that moment, I said, I'm going to learn. So standard number 2, always be a business student. When you're constantly learning, you're constantly growing. And when you're growing and developing the education breeds to confidence, confidence leads to action. If your goal is to bring more people in, it's important to understand the company you work for, to understand the industry, and to understand exactly what it is you do and how you get paid. You're going to have people that want to know how they can earn. Are you in a position that you can spell that out to them simply? These are all things I took to heart, and I got serious about it. And it's helped me and my team tremendously. We have to be aware of the opportunity in front of us. So right now I'm going to share with you why the timing is right, the opportunity is here, and for you to take ownership. Right now, the world is giving us big clues, folks. The world is telling us they want what we have. The gig economy has gone mainstream. As people are shifting to working and living from home, people want a new job security. People are looking for ways to add another stream of income. It's not only wanted anymore, but for a lot of people, it's needed. People are looking for flexible work hours. People want more time for themselves. People want more time for their family. Folks, this is what we can offer. People, of course, have to work to earn. I make no income claims. But when we sit on opportunity such as this and the world is looking for it, either you begin asking or other people will. And I want to talk about our company. Very profound. 50 years of strong, stable, and lasting business. Same leadership in place. That should tell you something. But what I get excited about is what's happening right now for our future success in our business. Talk about the marketing shakeups that's happening, marketing campaigns that are reinvigorating our business and bringing people to us. Come join us, add more good. What about our compensation plan? The adjustments that have been made so we can earn more. What company does that? That's what we need to be proud about, and that's what we need to be telling people. It is time. So, standard number 2, always be a business student. Do you have to master the business skills and the business information? No, but begin the journey of discovery. It will breed confidence. So the question I have for you, and write it down, why is your opportunity different and unique? As a business owner, when you can share with people positioning our company, positioning our comp plan, positioning how we earn, positioning our industry, all the key benefits, now you begin to distinguish yourself from the sea of other sales companies out there. You become special, you become important, and you become passionate. I want to share with you a story, the story of my beautiful dear friend, Ashley Martin. Ashley should serve as an incredible example to us all in this Juice Plus business, that while life will be crazy, difficult, and hard, that your business should never be optional. Ashley is an example of what it means that we are all only one objection away from a God wink moment, that we are all only one more no before we find the perfect yes. Ashley and I have been friends for a long time. We were cheerleaders together in high school. The memories make me laugh out loud. And I love that this Juice Plus business has given us the opportunity to strengthen that relationship and do life together. Ashley will tell you that the community has changed her life, showed up big for her during some of her most difficult life challenges. See, a few years ago, Ashley faced devastation with the loss of her older brother, followed by her then husband who lost his job. Her family was in a tight economic situation, and she will share with you that the community rallied and what a blessing her Juice Plus paycheck was. A few months later, she learned her mom was diagnosed with breast cancer. She learned several friends were diagnosed with disease. She even lost one of them. Ashley has been through the ringer, but she always shows up. Entrepreneurship is hard, she says. Entrepreneurship is worth it. It's worth it for her family. I remember one evening driving home from an event, and Ashley called me. She was at the lowest of lows with everything going on, and her business wasn't doing so well either. As a fast-track sales coordinator, she was part of the Tier 1 program and received an email that she just received a family Tower Garden unit order. Something that I never even knew could be part of the LEAD program. That order for her meant everything. It was great financial income when she needed it most, but it was the motivation that helped her to keep going. And she loves that the company is so gracious to allow reps that opportunity. You know, we are all going to face challenges in our business, hard. We're going to face incredible risk and fear. But my question to each of you is a poignant one. What is it that's holding you back? What are the stories you are telling yourself? Mind you, not correct stories? What are the walls and the boundaries that you're building to keep you safe, prevent you from growing this big business bigger and better than ever? What are the fears, the obstacles? I've invited a few of my friends and teammates along to share some of the more common things that tend to get in our way. Meet Erin Kinzer, Abby Nowlin, and Jennifer Grubb as they share some of their objections and fears.
I love this product. I am a product of the product. I live this mission. I had this belief that every person had to have this amazing product experience before I could offer them to take a look at the opportunity.
I love people, and I love that this is a relationship business. But once they say yes, do I have what it takes to lead them? Am I a team leader?
I'm a mom of 4. My husband works really long hours. I'm a teacher and a coach. And now you're asking me to start a business? Can working professionals really do this?
You know, this business isn't perfect, but I will tell you, it's worth it. When you stop to think about all that you want in life, this business checks a lot of boxes. So standard number 3, make fear your agenda. I love the idea of taking what scares you, looking it straight in the eye, and then stepping on it. Here are a few simple solutions as you begin to understand what holds you back. Step number 1, identify your real objection. You know, a lot of times I hear, I don't have time for this, or I'm so busy. But if you peel the layer of the onion back, you begin to discover it's more of a fear of putting yourself out there, the fear of rejection, the fear of not having instant gratification. This is time to get real with yourself. None of the X's or O's we discussed today will do you any good if we can't get past your real objection. Step number 2, as I mentioned, you face it head on. The best gift you can give to yourself in recognizing your real fear is to go about the business of working on it. Become educated in the areas you feel deficient. Partner with a mentor who can guide and lead you. Do more business training. Do sales training. Working on your problem reduces the fear of it, no matter how slow or imperfect that journey may be. And step 3, I will encourage each of you, is to take advantage and spend time with people in this business who have gone before you, who demonstrate doing it well. They can serve as incredible sidelines, uplines, and mentors to you and help navigate you through these difficult times. So, I end with this question for you as we investigate what holds you back. What is your real objection? Imagine this, 150 industry professionals attend a business conference. The moderator gives us a simple assignment. At the top of our paper, write this question. I want you to write this question too. What is your process to invite people into your business? Invite them in to take a look. Invite them to be a part of your team. We had a few minutes. I'm feverishly writing to the point where my hand is cramping. I realize that I'm writing a literary novel. So when the moderator stops us and asks for volunteers to share, I did not raise my hand, but to my surprise, those that did and stood up and shared, their process was equally as complicated, equally as long, and equally as inefficient as my own. In that moment, I realized if I have trouble discovering and determining my process, what am I teaching my team? No wonder we don't have much duplication. So the moderator went on to explain, look, everything in your business, every process should be able to be explained in 3 simple steps. Why? Because people remember it, and when they remember it, they do it. You're focused not only on your business, but you're focused on 25 generations deep across the pond. If you were to go and ask them what their process is, they should be able to spit back to you, your 3 simple steps. The light bulb went off for me. And in that moment, I wrote down our team's simple process, and I brought them along to share it with you.
And hey, gang, this is our team, and this is how we do it. This is how we invite people to take a look at our business. It's our system that is
Ask, send,
Connect.
Ask, send, connect. That's it. My 11-year-old can remember this process. Ask, send, connect. But before I dive into it, I want to share a tip. One of the biggest problems for me was the idea of extending the invitation to team. So standard number 4 is be human first. You know, we are in a relationship business. We get paid to have conversations. We get paid to invest in people. We get paid to spread joy and smiles. But those conversations have to be authentic. Those conversations for me, I struggled because those conversations I wanted to have, but I always had the business card ready to go. And it's not as if you need to hold back, but I didn't want to seem inauthentic. I didn't want to make friendships that weren't real, but rather driven by my agenda. And so when I let go of the idea that every person I talked to needed to hear about the business, I began to have more fun. And guess what started to happen? In those conversations, sometimes business would come up. And that was just merely a symptom of a great time together. I began to have more fun, and I began to discover my friendships and relationships, the real needs that they had. And then there was a point when I understood their needs, understood what they wanted. If it was a good fit, I would then ask them, ask, send, connect. Let's start with ask. Knowing what their needs are, I would ask them the question, based on what I'm hearing, would you be open to taking a look at what I'm blessed to do? The response was so much different when I realized I was making it about them, not my promotion, not my PVC, not my paycheck. This was about their opportunity, not mine. The second step in this process is send. Send a tool. You're not the tool. Stop talking. Send them a tool that's based on their needs. Sometimes we ask the question, I don't know what to send them. Then it's clear you don't know what they need. Ask, send, and then simply connect. Connect and deliver upon the promise you'll follow up when you say you will. Make it a fun conversation. Bring a sideline or an upline along if you really want to add some flavor. But ask, send, connect, wash, rinse, repeat. Now understand this. If you are in the habit of only doing this once a month, asking one person, ask, send, connect a month, you're going to get once a month results. But as your pipeline grows, as your relationships grows, as the timing grows, you'll find you'll have the capability to ask more than one person. So the question I have for each of you, what is your current process for bringing in new team? One of the greatest joys to me is when someone says yes to our team and this business, because in the back of my head, I know the incredible opportunity that awaits them if they choose. You see, I used to have a real challenge in this department. When a new team member would come in and do very little or nothing at all, or not move real fast, I used to think it was my fault. I used to think that I wasn't a good enough coach, that I didn't give them enough information or the right information, that I wasn't there for them enough. So what would I do? I would drag, I would convince, I would over-voxer, I would over-email, I would over-call, I would over-ask. No wonder they went running from the hills. Learn from me. Don't exhaust yourself, because I'm going to share with you some activity measurements of our business that give a clear picture about what reps will do. So let's assume you bring in 100 new team members. 70% of those new team members, 7 out of 10, will do absolutely nothing at all, at no fault of your own. They are people that are excited about their product. and want it at the best possible price. And that's fantastic. They're getting a great health journey at the best price possible. Win-win. Love them where they are. 30 people left. 20 of them might add a customer or two, and if they add a team member, it's by accident. It's their Aunt Sally who loves the shoes and wants to get them at a good price. But again, these 20, you may start to see a little movement and you may get excited, but they're perfectly content with where they are. And again, we love them where they are. A great strategy for this 20% is offer them the Partner Plus. Give them a little taste at what a thank you bonus could look like. It could move them. It could not. So you're saying, Jamie, 90% of people coming into the business aren't going to do much? Yeah, I am. You might be thinking, well, that's not really good odds. Well, ask any financial advisor what they think about a 10% return on their investment. Chances are they're going to get pretty pumped about it. And write this down in your notes. You win with 10%. You do. And I'll show you why here in just a minute. But what if as uplines and mentors, we got strategically smart about what we do with our 90% and what we do with our 10%? What if that 90%, like I shared, we really focus on Partner Plus? Not pushing, not convincing, but offering with benefit. Show them what's possible. Again, some will and some won't. Now we shift gears and we focus on an exciting concept designed to help the 10% really move the needle on their business. These are people that are excited to work the business, excited to see what's possible. They're going to be coachable, teachable, and hungry. So this is a concept we call core rank. So standard number 5, set great expectations. What is core rank? Simply put, core rank is a directional target you have for your 10%, or those that are excited about moving in their business. There's this sweet spot in our marketing plan where the position can be achieved in about 30 to 60 days. Simple enough and short enough time to keep people interested and active. This is the place in our marketing plan that really is the line in the sand as leaders that we really want to encourage that people can get to, because there's enough a financial award and it's in a quick enough time to keep them in the game. The position in our marketing plan that is a core rank is Qualifying Sales Coordinator, or QSC. In the new comp plan adjustments, in 30 days or less, if a person achieves Partner Plus in 10 days or less, it's a $100 bonus. If they go on to finish their QSC in 30 days or less, that's an additional $400 bonus. That's $500 in bonus opportunity, not including the profit that comes with the order sold, which can range from $200 to $400. Do the math. The bonus plus the profit can reach between $800 and $1,000, all within 30 days. For showing them how to add 7 families to order the trio, a family being mom and dad, or 8 shredders, and 1 or more people to partner with them, maybe to get Juice Plus at the best possible price. 7 families on trio, mom and dad, 8 shredders. Seems pretty simple, seems pretty doable. A new rep would think, I could do this. So why is core rank so important to your business and to the business of your team? Well, first, it's foundational. Core rank is a position that is a driving force behind most rank advancements. Think about the elevation of the marketing plan. Structurally speaking, what do you need? You need width. Imagine in core rank, if you created a core rank process, imagine how many people would be attempting to hit their QSC. A lot of width. And you get to choose who to work with, right? So foundationally speaking, it's a driving force behind most rank advancements, and it's a position and a opportunity that drives most of your KPIs, or your key performance indicators. All of your numbers revolve around how many people do this position. So number 2 is it creates the habit of action. It is a quick way to onboard a new rep. what I learned in my existing onboarding process is that 2 ingredients are necessary: action and skills. For a long-term business, you want both. Early on, I was focusing with reps a lot of skill, how to do. So they were learning, but they weren't quite applying. I flipped the cart and the horse. I shifted to the idea that in 30 days, I'm going to put them into complete action. When they do, they learn skills, but it also, as they're doing, would buy me time as a leader to teach them the skills once they were in. So reason number 3 is that a culture of core rank creates duplication. Imagine the opportunity to bring new people in, get them into action, get them results. Now you've got people that are excited. Now you've shifted from a culture of enrolling to a culture of engaging. And let me share with you human psychology. People repeat behavior that's rewarded. Good things happen, people keep doing it. When I was spending time teaching skills, there wasn't a lot of positive behavior that was to be had. So I learned with action comes great reward. So you're saying, Jamie, sounds great, love to implement it, how do I do it? Pretty simply, step 1, raise awareness in your culture. Bake the idea of core rank into your team. Talk to your key leaders. Investigate how you do this together. Then you take inventory with your team. Who wants to reach the position of core rank? Even if they were already a QSC, have them go through the process again. They'll be building team that way. Then you get to work with the willing. You get to mentor those that are excited. You're creating a fun culture. Step 2, create a 30-day action plan based around what your culture likes to do. For our culture, we love 3 simple things. We love social media, we love the ideas of samples, and we like to schedule events. So what do we do with that? For social media, we teach new reps a 7-day and 30-day social media plan using what's on the Freedom Revolution, our viral posting schedule. Secondly, we encourage them to purchase samples if it's within their financial means. Buying samples does 2 things for their business. It helps them with volume towards their QSC promotion, but it also is a smart business strategy to get the product in the hands of as many people as possible. Give potentials opportunity to experience what we have. And third, we schedule events. Anywhere they can tell their story and create conversation. Facebook, Zoom, Facebook Live. To do it as often as possible. Wash, rinse, repeat. Finally, step 3 is campaigns. We create a core rank campaign, a monthly Facebook group. We take inventory. Those that want to do it, join. We have great 30-day action step, and we create competitions, challenges, rewards, recognition, and prizes. It becomes a system that people are engaging in, sideline buddies, having fun, and duplicating their efforts. The group teaches itself. I stand back and I merely moderate while this group creates a lot of fun. So the question for you, as you analyze core rank as a business strategy for you, what does the future of your business look like a year from now? I want to thank each of you for your time, your energy, and your interest. My hope today was to empower you to feel comfortable, confident, and proud of your business, and for you to take action, for you to extend that invitation to team, help people through the process, and to do so with the same level of enthusiasm, energy, and focus for that which you sell our product. This is your game of life. This is your playbook. How's it going to read?